Okay, today I'll be reviewing the Classic Army magazine compared to the JG magazine. I already have them disassembled, so we'll look at the housing itself first. First impressions, I noticed that they're the same size, obviously, because ICS magazines are a little bit bigger. But this is lighter color, and this is actually darker with JG Classic Army. Classic Army is a little bit smoother. JG is kind of a rough surface, but it gets the job done. The Z's at the top, I put them there so in case I ever loan out my magazines, I can retrieve them easily and pick out which ones are mine. On the bottom of the magazines, Classic Army actually has an actual logo. It's kind of worn off, and JG doesn't. I guess you can engrave your name in the bottom of those if you wanted to. Let's look at the actual mag itself. Classic Army and the JG. First thing that I found that was kind of annoying between the JG and the Classic Army is the wheel. If you look at the wheels, you'll notice the Classic Army is lower down than the JG. Now when it's actually in the magazine itself, when it's in the shell, it's kind of hard to wind the JG because it's kind of flush, but the Classic Army it's fine. I found that if you actually have fingernails, I don't. If you actually have fingernails, it'll be easier to wind this, so if you got fingernails, that's good. Another thing is the little tabs that hold the big wheel in place is metal on the Classic Army and plastic on the JG. There's also there's more screws on the JG than there is the Classic Army. Like you'll see an extra one there, but there's not one over here. Also that I noticed is the top of the magazines. JG is made actually a lot thicker than Classic Army, and I was surprised. Classic Army made it smaller. I guess it costs less to use less plastic, but they sell them for more because it's the same brand. To put the magazines back together, you're going to take the shell, and you're just going to take it and you're going to insert it into the magazine well. Now it may not go in like this, so you want to take both of these tabs on both sides and just push them in, and then you'll go in and you'll hear click. And then there's a little screw. My camera's kind of bad, so it kind of focuses on my hands, not the magazines. But you put it back in there like that, take your Allen key, and just twist it in there. Just kind of want to tighten it as much as you can. Don't overstrip it, because you might not be able to get it out. For the JG, same concept. Pop it in there. Push little tabs. You got to push them a little bit more because it's a heavier plastic, and you'll actually hear it click better in place. Then you're gonna take your screw. You're gonna pop it in there. Make sure it's in there straight. Take your Allen key and twist it in there better. You want to tighten it as much as you can, because the more you tighten it, the more the wheel will come out of the bottom. But don't overstrip it. And that's my review of the JG magazine.